What if I told you that regular people just like you are breaking free from the trap that society puts on us? You see, we're told to get good grades, go to college, get a safe job, work hard, contribute to your 401k, all at the end of the day just to realize you don't have much money left over to do the things that you really want to do. You're not financially free. I always knew that there was a lot more to life than slaving away at a 9-to-5 job until you're 65 years old. So what do? One word, investing. But it's not what you think. See, most people think stocks and options are only for rich people and regular Joes will never make it. We all heard the saying that Wall Street is rigged from people that all tried to build wealth in the stock market, but they failed. But what if there's a way that actually works? Would you take advantage of the opportunity? Would you take the chance? Would you invest in yourself and learn how to win with stocks and options once and for all? This is exactly what regular people just like you are doing right now to scale their portfolios, and exactly how I scaled to millions of dollars by the age of 30. More on that in just a second. So if you're not the one becoming financially free with stocks and options, there will simply be someone else that decided to take action instead. You could either be the action taker or you could be the watcher. The choice is yours, but the watcher is probably never going to break free from the 9-to-5 grind. So if you want to learn how to invest in stocks and options the right way, no matter what level of experience you have, to capitalize on the massive wealth building opportunity right here in front of us happening in the world right now, this short video is for you. You see, the world is changing rapidly right now. The advancement of tech, AI, robots, self-driving cars, and rockets, we are on a cusp of a massive technological shift. So everybody wants to know, how can you capitalize? How can you invest and not get left behind? How can you make your money work for you? How can you break free? But how can you do all of this in a low-risk way? And I totally get it. There's so much information out there, there's so much noise out there, and you want to know, can regular people like me really scale their portfolios to millions of dollars with stocks and options? The answer is yes. Now, I need to be 100% transparent with you, because it takes years to build up a reputation and just a few minutes to ruin it. The system that I developed that I'm going to share with you today is no guarantee that you will get the same results as me. But the stories that I share throughout this video are my actual students that did decide to start. Keyword, they started. Like AJ, he started 5 months ago, and you could see his return of 51% on a 1-year basis versus the S&P 500, which did 28%. AJ is building wealth right now. Or like this guy right here, who already made $48,000 since he implemented what he learned here. So let's break this down. In order to win in today's economy, you have to understand how the economy actually works. So just think about it. A surgeon, for example, they didn't just go start doing leg surgery just because they felt like doing it. They learned from somebody that actually already did it before. They learned from other surgeons. So it's very, very important that you actually learn from somebody that's been there and done that. Don't worry, I got you covered. So let me ask you this. If you only had to understand a few key ideas to be successful in the stock market, would you do it? I'm talking about 8 simple concepts that anybody can understand, even as a complete beginner to stocks and options. Do you think that you could commit in order to break free from the day job rat race? Like JJ right here. JJ now feels 10x more confident to invest right now. But we do need to face the hard truth. Over 90% of retail investors, they lose money in the stock market year after year after year. But it's funny that that happens because the stock market usually continues to trend higher as time goes on. So you have 2 options right now. Option number 1 is to try to figure out everything by yourself. But honestly, that's just setting you up for failure. Why? Because you'll most likely lose valuable months or even years trying to figure out everything on your own. On top of that, it's probably going to cost you thousands, if not millions of dollars in the long term, because you're trying to figure out all this stuff on your own from square one. And think about all that extra money that you're probably going to miss out on because you didn't start off the right way from the get-go. And when you do all this on your own by choosing option number 1, your chance of quitting goes way up because when things get tough, you're not going to have anyone to turn to. Or you could pick option number 2 by choosing to join the program with the best chance of success in the industry. So this is where I have the Investing with Brandon Academy, a program where I take you by the hand and show you exactly every single thing that you have to do in order to go from 0 to your first million and beyond in record time. Every single success story that you've seen during this video so far are by regular people just like you. The only difference, they started with option number 2. Most of them started as complete beginners, but if you're not a beginner, I bet you will be totally blown away by how much you thought you knew, but you actually didn't after going through the academy. So I take beginners and experts just like you and help them build their portfolio from scratch, step by step in a way that actually works, and implement my system immediately from day 1. Because when you do it with help from someone who has walked the path that you want to walk, it not only becomes faster to achieve financial freedom, but it also ends up putting much more money in your pocket in the long run. Not to mention it's way more fun doing it this way. No more stress staring at screens all day long worrying about stock prices. Now let's look at what's inside the Investing with Brandon Academy. And I just want to say, this is way more than just a course. It's the best long-term result-oriented learning experience that you'll ever have, period. It's over 10 hours of step-by-step training covering every aspect of investing from scratch. So phase 1, we're going to go into the psychology of money. So have you ever wondered what's the difference between people that make it and who scale to 7 figures from the ones who seem to never make it? Well, here you'll find out. I'll show you what it really takes to achieve financial freedom. You're also going to learn how to stay laser focused in bull markets and bear markets and ensure the noise does not cause emotional decisions. The emotional aspect of investing is very well misunderstood. That's going to be solved right here. So phase 2, we're going to lay the foundation for investing. You're going to understand exactly how the stock market actually works, not what you've been seeing on TV or YouTube. This is a part that surprises most of my students, and they often have that aha moment of, wow, I wish I knew this years ago. Phase 3, we're going to go into what actually moves the prices of stocks. You're going to understand exactly what moves the prices of stocks in the short term and the long term and how to capitalize on it. We all know to buy low and sell high, but how come most people don't actually do that? This is going to solve that for you. So after going through this phase right here, you'll have no trouble understanding why the stock market behaves in the way that it does and how to capitalize on it. So phase 4 is how to find the trades. This is by far the most important part of investing, and this is where trial and error, if you happen to choose option number 1, which is doing it on your own, that's probably going to wipe you out, and that's why most people lose money when they invest on their own. So you'll get to see my real life examples of my exact system that scaled me to millions, plus access to my worksheets, calculators, screeners, and much more that I use to spot ultra high margin of safety trades. Phase 5, we're going to start building. You're going to have confidence at this point to build your snowball and push it down the hill. As time goes on, the snowball will grow exponentially and passively. Phase 6, you're going to learn how to use stock options the right way. And I'm going to be completely honest with you. Most people think stock options are risky, and to be completely honest, they're right. Because the problem with stock options, most people use them without understanding how a stock is likely to move in the short term and the long term. You see, when you understand with high likelihood the direction that the stock is most likely to move, and then you make option plays to capitalize on that, you're most likely going to make a lot of money in the long run. Now, my students know that stock options are not about stock options at all. It's all about the underlying stock. If you made a bullish options play but the stock falls, you'll most likely get wiped out. This is why we focus hard on understanding how stocks move in the short term versus the long term and capitalizing on that with option trades. So this is the phase right here where you could potentially set yourself apart and become part of the 1%. Not only that, but you're going to get to steal the tricks and strategies from my system that took me years to develop, and you could implement them in your portfolio immediately. These are the exact tricks and strategies that scaled me to millions of dollars. So phase 7 is where we go into cash flow. So as your portfolio grows, so will the cash flow from your options trades. Eventually, your options cash flow can replace your day job income and you could eventually retire. Phase 8 is where we scale. Once my students hit the scale phase, they're financially free, living off their investments, and are working only a few hours a week from their computers anywhere in the world. So in order to take my academy to the next level, I really wanted to make this a plug-and-play system. So this is why I have ready-to-use Google Sheets to easily keep track of your net worth growth, calculators to evaluate companies, charts to focus on, and one big thing I haven't mentioned yet. And before we go into that, I just want to say that your current situation has no impact on the chances of success with this investing model. So whether you're a brand new investor or a seasoned investor, this package will completely change your life. Like MK, he was not a beginner investor when he started out through the academy, he was an intermediate trader, but he loved the fact that we kept things simple and did not give you any unnecessary information. Or Marcus, he loved that he could still have the time in his day to not stare at tickers all day long, and he could still do this on the side of his 9-to-5 job. So research shows that the main driver for a positive student result in any program is not the actual content itself. The content is of course an essential part of the learning experience, but it's not the main driver of success. So what actually dictates the success of any system is how engaged the student community actually is. So you could have a 10 out of 10 course, but if you don't have super strong community engagement, it's not going to help you out. So all Academy members have the ability to come into my exclusive private mastermind Discord group. So here's an Academy member that found the Discord community to be top-notch, and the info that you get just by reading in there is priceless. So the private Discord community is a perfect place to meet and network with fellow like-minded investors, get your questions answered by me, see all my trades in real time, get real-time market updates, get into the weekly Zoom calls, and of course, celebrate your wins. A lot of my students consider the community to be more valuable than the actual course itself. Like JJ right here, after completing the course and joining the premium Discord, he felt compelled to come leave another review because the real-time alerts in Discord have been invaluable. So it's pretty easy to understand why most people fail with online educational programs, and this is why I wanted to make sure mine was not like this. You see, most people go through the course, they struggle with questions, they have nobody to answer them, they get stuck, they get frustrated, and then they eventually give up. This is what I call the failure cycle. But my academy does not let you go through this cycle. That's why I made it my key mission to not make my academy just like all the other courses out there. So that's why I spent months recording the course, getting it just right, fine-tuning it for the exact process that you need to get you from A to B to be able to scale your portfolio in a low-risk way with stocks and options. And on top of that, the Mastermind Discord community is really what sets everything apart right here to get all your questions answered, see my market updates, see my trades in real time, come to the Zoom calls, really engage with us to really understand how we do things in real time. So let's recap exactly everything that you're going to get if you enroll in the Academy right now. So you're going to get full access to the Academy plus all future lessons. You're going to get all my Google Docs, all my Google Sheets, all my templates that I have set up. You're going to be able to rip that off of me immediately and use this to become a better investor right now. You're going to have the ability to join my private Discord community, chat with me, chat with the community, get into the weekly Q&A call, see what I'm looking at in the market with my real-time market updates, and access to see my trades in real time. So I was always against charging low prices for a result-oriented program because the less you pay, the less you're probably going to commit. So that's why my high-level programs cost anywhere from $6,000 to $25,000. But my team convinced me that we need to make this academy accessible for people who are just starting out. So this program was first set to sell for $1,500, but I knew that this would be out of reach for too many people. So we're not going to do it for $1,500. We're not even going to do it for half of that. We're not even going to do it for half of that. So you could do the math. A few days from now, this offer might not be available anymore because I always wanted to have the private Discord community feel like you're getting one-on-one support from me. So very soon this offer will be much more expensive as I continue to add more value and weed out the people that are not serious. So just understand that right now we're living in the best moment in history to start investing. Not many people get lucky enough to have the massive generational wealth building opportunity right in front of them. So if you're watching this video right now, just know that it's not too late, but the clock is ticking. So if you're not the one becoming financially free with stocks and options, just know that there will simply be someone else that decided to take action instead. So if you want to learn how to invest in stocks and options the right way, no matter what level of experience you have, click the button below this video and get lifetime access to the Investing with Brandon Academy right now. And just in case you have any questions or you want to discuss something that was not covered in this video, email me directly, brandon@investingwithbrandon.co. I will personally respond to your email super fast. So I just want to thank you for sticking around until the end of this video. And I just want to remind you, there's so much opportunity in the stock market right now, but the key is to know how to capitalize on it. If you don't know what you're looking for, you're probably never going to find it, but you have to do all this stuff in a low risk way. So I would love to see all you guys in the academy. And of course, I would love to see everybody in the private Discord community. I'll see you guys in there.